Hello everyone, this is Juana. Thank you for stopping by. And today, as promised, I am back with my latest project that I'd like to share with you guys. And this is a paper line called Chateau Rose. And it's 8 by 8 pages. And so this is what I did with her. On the cover here, we have one of the beautiful ladies, and I outlined the whole page with this lace here and added this trim to it and flat back pearls. And then I beaded a butterfly and add that to the top. I added the word eloquence. And then that trim goes all the way around. And I've added some tulle and pearl spray, some little clay beads. There are several of them around. And then I just added a whole bunch of flowers to mimic the flowers that were on the page. And so some of these flowers I've had in my stash forever. And we have this purple one here. Then this is a flower that I took apart and used some of the petals. And to the center, I added some of Julie's eyelash lace. And Julie is KS4U. And then in the middle, I added this beaded bead. I don't know what else to call it. But anyway, over here, we have a little dusty rose velvet flower with a little iridescent bead in the center, a little rolled rose. This is another flower here. Oh, I'm sorry if I was out of frame. This is another flower here that I took apart, and then I added this little trio of roses with pearls in the center. And so forth. I added scattered pearls here and there. This is a little beaded applique that I added there. And this is a flower that I made out of a rat tail satin trim. I just rolled it. And some more sprays and stuff and so on. This is a flower that came off of an applique, and then I assembled it back, adding some of Julie's eyelash lace in between. And that's that. On the lady herself, I gave her a beaded necklace. Okay. Oh, and I forgot to mention there's a little leaf down here and one up here also. Now the second page is this one here, and I added lace all around. I am so sorry. I just realized I started speaking softly. Anyway, I added lace edging all around this page, and I added pearl beads to the dangles here and some to the chandelier here, and then I used flat back teardrop beads to simulate the flame on the candles of the chandelier. And this page is just one of the pages that I tore off this part, and that's what I was going for. And this is the back, and then this is the other piece of that page. And then I made a page out of vellum and made a little pocket. And so in this pocket there's this. And that tucks right back in there that way. And then the other pocket, I added these two cards, and I left them blank on the back so that, you know, whoever gets this journal can journal on the back of these tags. And then I just added a piece of a pretty paper that I did a little punch on in here. And this is the other side, and you can see the image showing through the vellum. This is a glassine bag that I covered in one of the pages and added this sheer trim on here, and this is also from KS4U. On the other side, here's a pocket, and I edged it with a piece of that sheer lace. Here's a card you can journal on in here, and I added this pleated chiffon trim, and then this rococo tripod on here. On the back is plain, so you can as well journal on there. And while this journal doesn't have pages for you to journal on, unless you want to journal here, but I think that would take away from it. So I made a little naked journal, and here again I used the trim from KS4U. I added some ribbon to it and a little ribbon bow with a rolled rose on it. And so it's just plain pages. I added a little pocket here and this little postcard thingy. Another pretty background paper that I made into a pocket. And in this pocket, there's just a card that you can journal on. And I did not do any inking in this journal. So another pretty page. And then this is a pocket also, and I just added some paper to it that you can journal on. Just slide that back in there and fold that over. And this is the middle of this naked journal. And in this pocket, I added this pretty rose card with a little piece of the pleated chiffon trim. And I had that this way. This is the other pocket and another card that you can journal on. And this one, I put it up here. And so this is how it looks when it's closed. And she tucks right back in here, if I can get her to cooperate. Just like that. And then we have this page. And some dangle trim on the end here. Some flat back pearls and appliques that I cut up and place over the existing flowers because I wanted a 3D look to this journal. And here is a snippet of the eyelash lace again. Here at the top of her blouse is another one of KS4U trims with the pearl beads in the center. And then I just added a bow to it with a rolled rose in the middle and the word elegant. And we flip this page and come to this one, which is with the music sheet, and added this trim to the bottom, and I cut out these little rolled roses from a trim that I have, and all the laces in here I've dyed them to match what I was doing. On this page I added these satin flowers, and then I added these resin roses and leaves to it. And it looked plain just sitting there on a page like that. So I took this frame that I had and I buffed it with some gold wax, and it matches perfectly with the music sheet. So that's what I did for this page. Over here is just the jacket of an envelope that I had, and so I just used it as a belly band. Here's a paper in here that you can journal on the back of it. And I think I need to put something here. This page just looks too plain. So I have some thinking to do about that. And then we come to this page, which I ripped the bottom of the page off and added this lace, which is from KS4U. And again, I did the 3D effect, and so I have snippets of appliques that were in my stash, little clay bead, rolled rose. I can never say that right. A beaded applique. This flower here are two different flowers that I pull apart and then put back together. A little satin flower with some pearl beads. This other flower from an applique, clay flowers. This is a handmade flower. And then I just put this pearl trim on the top. On this side is this flower trim, to which I added little clay flowers to each of the flowers here. And that's it for this page, I believe. And so we flip her over, and we come to this page. And I added this little piece of beaded applique as a dangle, one of my handmade flowers here. And then I trimmed the perimeter of the page with that rococo trim. And then here I added 3 paper flowers. And so that's it for this page. And then we come to the last page, and I just cut up appliques and put them to match the existing image that was there. And I used a piece of lace here because, as you can see, she had a piece of lace on her head, and so I did that to simulate that. I gave her a pearl necklace with a resin rose medallion there, and I covered her dress with this lace from my stash, added the little pearl beads, and then I fashioned her a sleeve, a puff sleeve, and added the top part of this trim. I used it on the edge of her sleeves and on her shoulder. And so I added little resin roses to her and rolled roses and so forth. And here's that trim from KS4U again. And I added the little diamond looking rhinestone thingy to match the applique. And here's the dangles on this page. And we come to the end, and this is the last page. And this is a applique from Julie, and I cut it up and fashioned it this way. And then again, we have the lace here, to which I added flat back pearl beads to each interval. And so this is Chateau Rose. Oh, and I forgot to mention, I put the word gorgeous here. Okay, and so with Chateau Rose, I made a little lace envelope to go with her. And again, my trims and Julie's trims, and I dyed them to match and made a handmade flower for the middle here. And this is the back. And then I added ties on the side. So we shall undo the ties and see what's inside. And then I added a Velcro closure, and oh my goodness, the sun just went away, so it may look a little dark. But anyway, I made this flower out of satin and tulle and lace, and then I added a fancy button to it, and I added a Velcro closure so as not to put a strain on the ties. And so we open it up, and this is what she looked like. I used a heavy cardstock for the inside, and then in here I just made a little scrappy pad with KS4U eyelash lace. I added a piece of applique here and a little snippet of the Rococo trim. And then I added cardstock to the back, so you can journal on there if you like. And then we have this page with 2 pieces of applique put together. And we have this one, and she has a beaded corded applique on here, and another piece. It was one thing and I cut it in 2. And then this page, just a little snippet of lace there with a couple of flat back pearls, and another snippet on the bottom here. And then the last page is this other young lady, and I gave her a flower applique up here and another piece of applique there. And so that's that. On the top, I just added some beads on the top here. And then inside here, I made 3 tags for you. And like I said before, I didn't ink the edges on anything, and I left the back plain so that way you can journal on it. And these images, I printed them on fabric. And so this is the first one, and I just added this little lace and applique on the bottom and a piece of that lace on the top. And then we have this one, and I did this one in cream. Oh my goodness, the sun come back. I just added pieces of applique on here. And then this one, again, with pieces of applique, and they each have a length of seam binding on the top. And this pleated chiffon on the bottom with a piece of that lace trim on top of that. And so this is my project. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope the difference in the lighting wasn't too bad. And so if you like what I made, I would appreciate a thumbs up. Leave me a comment. I do enjoy reading your comments, and it helps. And if you're not subscribed, I would appreciate it very much if you did so, and invite your friends to like my channel. And we will see each other again or hear each other again in my next project. Thank you very much for being here. And this is my Chateau rose. Blessings to you all and thank you. Bye.